Is the screen is visible to all the peoples of the participants?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So all the peoples has been morely interpreted about how to write a journal, how to publications on the website in UGC CAR or Scopus or Web of Science or Science Citation Index or instead of group 1 in the UGC CAR journals and UGC CAR group 2 journals. First of all, we have to know how to write a journal, how to gather the information from the e-journal, how to gather the information from the other journals, and have to prepare on our journal from the formation of step 1 to the last step of step 7. On this on this section, we have been discussing about how to write a journal in the stream of commerce and with also the management. Instead of commerce, everybody knows about the commerce and management, interrelated or interdepth with the once again interrelated and interdepth with the commerce and management is a basic one. More of the things can be as a usual one for the every stream. Sorry, for the every research papers in these two streams. It can be as first to think of like finance and management. The both can be using us on this one: finance, management, human resource, and logistics. First of all, we have to know why we are using this type of streams. Sorry, why we are using this types of uh, side headings to the commerce and management streams. If you want to get the informations about the finance, we have to prepare we have to get the informations about balance sheet or comparative analysis statement of the paper, or as a company we have to gather the informations in the finance stream as on a balance sheet level. What will be the balance sheet from this year to this year, from this year of 22 to 23 or 23 to 24 or whatever anything. For example, it can be as on a 5 years or 10 years, or moreover what are the specialization in the finance stream we have been choosing. Instead
Excuse
of
me,
that,
Rajesh sir.
yes ma'am.
Your PPT not visible.
One second ma'am. The PPT is not visible to all the peoples. I have been shared to this one. You are presenting. Once again, ma'am. The PPT is not visible, ma'am.
Yes, it's not visible.
Once again, ma'am. I will check it once. Once again. Please wait. Ma'am, now?
Yes, sir. It is
Yes, it's
visible, sir.
visible.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for the information, ma'am. Thank you. So instead of that one, we are choosing the comparative balance sheet or whatever. We have to choose the a whatever anything in the stream of gathering the analysis information from the stream of us profit or loss or whatever revenue expectations of in the stream to the comparative analysis instead that one. On the marketing field, how the companies choosing the specialization of sales the products instead of the new product development in the market, means how have been approaching to the consumer, how have been it can be using reach to the consumer, it is the satisfaction to the consumer or not, whatever anything it can be using as on the marketing field. Instead of that one, we have to
கொஞ்சம் நெட்வொர்க் இஷ்யூஸ் இருக்கு, ஸோ ஐ ரெக்வஸ்ட் எவ்ரி ஒன் டு ஹோல்ட் ஆன் த லைன். சார் வில் ஜாயின் சூன்.
So is the PowerPoint is visible to all the peoples?
Yes, sir. Sir, sir, it is audible, sir.
Arulmoli ma'am,
Sir,
is the PowerPoint to all the peoples?
yes, sir, I can
PowerPoint
able
is
to see your presentation, sir.
okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. So previously, I just starting from the finance also. Is there so the finance is considered the first tool is SPSS and AMOS. SPSS can be considered the first financial tool and most preferable tool by the every research peoples for the preparation of PhD thesis and the preparation of project proposal. Instead of the SPSS and almost cannot be using for the much paper like a journal. They are using the simple tools like regression or correlation or statistical
I will share the screen, so kindly please hold on the line.
Arunmoli ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Kindly please share the PPT to the participants, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. One second, sir.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you kindly please wait? I will check it on sharing on my screen.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
slide number 7.
Slide number 4, ma'am. After this slide. Okay. On this Finance specialization we all know about the SPSS and AMOS, ANOVA, regression and correlation statistical analysis. SPSS and AMOS can be previously I have been said. ANOVA is also known. Regression and correlation statistical analysis can be using by the research peoples only of using the mathematical methods instead of checking the addition or subtraction or multiplication or division of a peoples from taking of how to say is that cluster analysis or whatever anything analysis can be using for means this two regression and correlation or statistical analysis can be using by the researchers. And next the math marketing can be using by this one. Ma'am, can you please share the next slide? Arulmozhi ma'am. Yes. On this weighted average score, we are have been gathering the information about what are all the analysis in the satisfaction level, not satisfaction level, and discriminant and reliability analysis means we are using that how the methods can be using by this marketing, digital marketing or social media marketing, direct marketing or whatever any analysis it can be using by the discrete and discrete analysis. And the reliability analysis, what are all the current situations using by the analysis like current situation marketing can be everybody's know about the related to the artificial intelligence. Everybody's know about the artificial intelligence and more of the peoples have been gathering the informations about artificial intelligence in the marketing stream and also the HR stream because finance it cannot be applicable more related to, but the human resource development and the marketing development it can be mainly implementations on reliability analysis. And the next one, can you share the slide of next one, ma'am, please? On the next one, the examples of specialization with the usage of tools is the next one is human resource. Everybody knows about the human resource from the company instead of to the consumers or as an instead of to the employees. Whatever all the management can be using type of methods can be giving the satisfaction to the consumers or to the employees can be using by this one. And most probably it can be using for all the stream, not only on the educational stream, it can be using for the IT sectors or as on educational sectors, every side it can be using for the this one. And the first one is chi-square and simple percentage analysis. The simple percentage can be using for the number of people in like of random sampling. If we are choosing like number of 150 response can be using for one research paper means it can be simple percentage. We have to gather the information for only this type of peoples or this type of limitation to the people. It can be using that one. And rank analysis on the human resource. Rank analysis can be human resource means the age and category of peoples. Like everybody's know about research thesis writing or journal writing information in the analysis of preparing the tabular column from age of 0 to 10 or 20 to 20, 25 to 30. Everybody's know about that one. The rank analysis can be shows that if what number of peoples can be given preparation to this acceptance like 10 to 20 age of peoples can be giving the certification level of 10 percentage 20 percentage. All this can be using this. And more of the peoples on this today's participants have preparation of journals who are all gathered this one information about the rank analysis. What about you know about that what is the category of analysis, what type of peoples has been given to this one? Any suggestions? Anyone can say, sir, I have been prepared a journal and I have been prepared the tabular column from the age of 0 to age of 60. Every stage of peoples in the age of circumstance given this type of informations and this type of percentage can be using for that number of peoples. Anybody have anybody have done that one? Anyone? If you have been done means I have been done. If you are not done, I am not have used that one type of strategy. Any people? Okay, ma'am, no issues. But you have to fully prepare that one. You have to give one the tabular column for the journal preparation and also for the PhD thesis preparation. Everybody note that one. Have to similarity. Give the full detailed explanation about number of we have gathering the information of 250 respondents means we have to give the age response level percentage in the level of 0 to 10 means 10 people respondents, 10 to 20 means 50 people respondents, and the 50 people respondents percentage of instead of you have to added on the next column. We have to fully prepare that one. And the Likert scale analysis, this Likert scale is accurate. This percentage is used for this type of people number of respondents. If I'm prepared a questionnaire for the number of 250 respondents, I gathered from the 300 respondents means accurately I have been says that number of respondents is this one. Every stage of people in the age of 1 to 30 or whatever anything, I have to says that number of people is this one, and I have been accurate the percentage scale is this one. We have to Likert scale analysis using for that one. And the next slide, please, ma'am. Arulmoli, ma'am. Okay. So this is the first thing. The first one is title. It can be shows that the field of your study. Anybody can give a title about a journal in the stream of anyone, like commerce or computer science or as on a science stream or as on a management stream. Anybody can give you a title as on a type on the chat box or as on a giving voice on this one. Anyone can give. Any people have been given a simple title framing in this specialization of any stream. The title framing, um, Manigandan sir. So that's okay. Okay, Doctor or Gayatri ma'am. I'm just not asking the accurate title. I'm just asking, just give a title about any specialization. Anybody? Okay, data mining. Okay, but not only the data mining. Instead of that one, we have to fulfill the title. I'm saying I in the commerce team. A study on financial comparative analysis of Tata Steels from the financial year of 22 to 24. This is the full title. We have to prepare that one. Instead of previous slide, before this introduction, I have been mentioned the title. You have to frame your specialization with your title. That only the main causes of using your technology. Everybody knows that. Previous slide, please, Arun Molimam. Previous slide, please. Um, sir, one second. Arun Molimam. Ma'am, is there or you? I'm asking previous slide, ma'am, not as on the next slide. Previous slide, ma'am. Yeah, this one. Okay. It I have been mentioned that the title it can be shows that the field of study. Dr. Gayatri ma'am has says that data mining, but you have to fulfill the title. A study on data mining in the usage of IoT or any other things with the use of AI. You have to mention the fulfill of the title, not as on a data mining. You have to fulfill frame the title. If I'm choosing a marketing or as on I'm choosing a HR means a study on consumer perception in the fast moving consumer goods of Tata with a special reference to Coimbatore city. I have to fulfill the title with my specialization. It can be as on instead of every people to frame the journal thesis with also every thesis. And the second one, the abstract, a brief explanation about the full articles of the research paper. It shows that the introduction to the conclusion of a full journal paper have to mention as on a 10 lines from the information of introduction to scope or objectives or whatever the findings you have been gathered, you have to mention on those on abstract. And the next one is keywords, the specialization of the research paper and tools of the study. If we are on this one, I'm just says that specialization of the paper or tools of the study. You have to mention that as a tools of techniques, sampling techniques you are used like 150 respondents collected, or I'm used to the marketing strategy, finance strategy, or as on a HR strategy. You have to mention that one. And most of the tools of the study and most probably the tools of the study is like a chi-square test in the stage of marketing, or as an HR means you have been mentioned that simple percentage analysis, or as on a finance stream means you have to mention as a SPSS or RMOs, or as on a ANOVA, or as on any other thing like statistical analysis, regression or correlation. You have to liberally mention on that one. Uh, one person on Sangiraj sir has asked how to identify the keywords. We are not identify the keywords, sir. We have to gather the information from our journal and using on that on a keywords. You, instead of you have to first fully prepare the journal and give the abstract. Everybody has starting the problem with the preparing of abstract keywords and going to the introduction to the full journal of the paper. It cannot be the right way. We have to first starting with the introduction and ending with the conclusion of the paper, and we have to prepare the abstract for the paper and keywords for the paper in the journal format, because we have to fully gather the information from the introduction to conclusion have been implement on the abstract, and keywords can be using from the what are all the tools we are using, what are all the specializations we are using, instead of we are using for the keywords. So we have to first fully prepare the journal, and we have to prepare the abstract and keywords, what are all the tools we, what are all the specializations using, what are all the number of response we are collecting, or what implementations we are using for this one, have to using that one. Is it okay, the next slide please. Ma'am, can you please share the next slide? Okay, ma'am, previous please, the introduction of the study. Okay, basis of the research, introduction of the study, more of the peoples can be doing the main implementations of introduction. We have to give the more informations about the starting stage to the current stage of the research thesis we are preparing. It can be using us on an introduction part. It means if we are using the out-based education means the father of out-based education is that person in that year. It can be implementations to this one, and on the India it can be using from the year of NEP 2020 implementations to the current present. Excuse me. sorry for the interruption. If we are using the out-based education research thesis or research title, we have to implement that it can be started on this year by this person, and it can be implementations on this year to every place on our country. It can be implemented on the name of NEP 2020 to current batch, and it can be what are all informations we are gathered using on this introduction part. And the detail means the starting to ending of from the starting year of this title is to the current present of have been used. And the next slide, please, ma'am. Scope of the study. This can be using for the specialization of our paper related to other streams also. If I'm choosing your educational sector, work-life balance and job performance of educational sector, I'm choosing this title for HR related means I'm gathering the information from the HR related in the title of work-life balance and also the job performance in the teaching field, and instead of any other streams we have to gather the information how the people have been preparing, what are all the informations that can be using for this preparation of a paper. We have to find that one. And the next one, please, ma'am. So objective of the study, concept of the research. Every people on this team have been choosing like of preparing two lines for one point. If starting of one point, preparation of 2 to 3 lines, not cannot be, it cannot be main usage. We have to prepare as on a one line as a one point to examine, to know about, to know about the current situations of AI, to know about the current implementations of AI in educational sector. We have to use that type of only, not more much of not more much of 2 lines, but instead of you have to prepare a 5 points, 4 to 5 points for this objectives of the research to every people's in the journal preparation. Under the next slide, ma'am. So the review of literature. Many of the peoples have gathering the suggestions from other peoples how to prepare a review of literature. On the first day of our FTP, more of the peoples have gathered that how to prepare the review of literature. We have to start the review of literature from the current. If we are preparing 20 review of literature from other peoples, I'm gathering the information from one journal. Instead of I'm copying that review of literature from other people's in the year of to current year means I have been putting 10 authors with the 10 year of differentiations means the most probably 5 to 6 can be as on a current one. It means 60 to 70 percentage of the review of literature is on the present situations. 40 to 30% or any other things like 20% can be implementations of the previous year. Most probably every people have to gather the review of literature from the current situations only. Have to give the more implementations for the people to give the suggestions for the research papers. And moreoverly, it shows that search for relevant literature, evaluate source. It means we have to gather our research title informations and we have to segregate. It can be used for us, it cannot be used for us. If we have to segregate that one and implement that. Identify the themes, debates, and gaps. I have been says that we have to prepare the review of literature for the current present year instead of 60 to 70 percentage previous year of any 30 to 20 percentage of like of some percentage level. We have to gather that what will be the gap, and current presently we have been using means it can be give us a credit score of research paper in the publications can be mainly using that one, and outline the structure, write your literature review. How many of the people can give your suggestions on that review of literature? I'm asking mean it means instead of I'm copying the 10 review of literatures on my title, paste it on my one, paste it on my one, and give the next 11th one will be mine. Who are all giving that type of implementations? Um, okay, the next slide, statement of the problem. So the statement of the problem can be represent the issues and methodologies of the current situation. Why we are using this type of title? Is there any ideas or suggestions or any other issues can be implementations? For example, COVID-19 and also artificial intelligence. The COVID-19 can be implementations of moreover in the like medical stream to any other sectors. It can be main issues like medicines to groceries in the online food ordering or online food medicine ordering. Everybody is on the online. It can be main implementations. What are all the issues and struggles can be using on that one? More of the peoples in the research stream has been published more related articles to the COVID-19. And moreover, artificial intelligence, everybody know about this one. The artificial intelligence can be representing every places in nowadays. It can be a zone taking the instant part of gathering the informations from the consumers to the companies to buy the products or whatever anything it can be using by this one. This two can be the main implementations of that 2019 to 2020 to COVID-19 can be main implementations of issues and methodologies, and what are all the advantages and disadvantages, like positive or negative things can be using. On this current situation also, the AI can be implementations. What are all the benefits can be using by using the artificial intelligence? We are gathering that one. Next slide, please, ma'am. Arul, ma'am. Yeah. Next slide, please. Arul, ma'am. Ma'am, is there you?
Yes, sir.
Kindly please share the next slide, ma'am.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, previous slide, ma'am. Most probably, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி போங்க. Excuse me, ma'am. Kindly share the next slide, ma'am. So, okay, the limitations of the study. What are all the key points can be using for the limitations of the study? The data collection period. The data collection period can be shows that the number of response, the data collection period, and most probably this type of city we have been gathered the information. On the title, it can be shows that the special reference to Coimbatore city. The limitations is that Coimbatore city informations can be the Coimbatore city people's respondents can be information gathered by the search peoples. It can be as on a one type of limitation. And second, probably the date of periodical study. Like every journal have to prepare in instead of any other gathering the information from the respondents in the month of six minimum of 6 months questionnaire have to preparation on that one. It means every people have to prepare a question from their side and prepare the question from their side and give it to the respondents to 3 to 4 months to prepare the questionnaire and gather the data collection from the respondents and prepare the journal in the stream of end to 6 months. Instead of that one, have to prepare the data period and also the number of respondents period, special reference to this type of city period. Number of respondents is they are targeting like some of 500 to 600 respondents or minimum of 450 respondents. Instead of that shows the 250 to 300 respondents. I have been prepared this type of questions to. I have been prepared the type of questions to this type of number of respondents we have been targeted or this type of respondents only we have been gathered, so it can be shows that one. So we have been shared the information about limitations of the study. So after that limitations of the study, ma'am, can you please share that one, limitations of the study, ma'am. ma'am. So the next one is sampling method. Limitations after that we are focusing on the sampling method. Simple random sampling. Simple random sampling can be represent for the respondents or research collecting people have been. The simple random has been shows that every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. Means we are choosing number of respondents from this type of peoples or every peoples in the every in this particular area. In an area there is a number of peoples in like 600 to 700 means we are choosing that one. Or instead of 250 to 300 peoples means using of that type of methodology. And the next one is systematic sampling method. Systematic means we are choosing a particular people's like it means instead of every speculative numbers it means the we are gathering the information from the students means we are choosing number roll number 6 roll number 16 roll number 20 roll number 25. This type can be using by the systematic. Any one people can be taken from one team or one place or any one organization instead of other people's in the group of 10 members. Systematic sampling can be using that one. And the next one is can be called as the sacrificed sampling. It can be using on this. It can be involves the dividing the population into subpopulations. Like if a company has 800 female members and 200 male members of working staff means we are gathering the information from that people's in 80 to 80 women means to 220 men in the instead of 1000 members to 100. We are just speculative what what type of peoples or what type of skills they have been gathered or any other higher authority can be using for this one. It can be used. And previously I have been said the cluster analysis. It can be dividing the population into subgroups or similarity characteristics of whole sample. Like if I am having a one research about telecommunications in Coimbatore city, I'm taking 10 officers, but instead of I'm just taking using the three officers only. It can be as a dividing the subgroups into number of people in 10 officers to 3 officers. The next one, ma'am, the research methodology. The research methodology can be first of all we have to implement the research design. What is basically a research design? Anybody can give us suggestions about your thought. About your thought, can anybody can give your suggestions? Any of people's? Dr. Gayatri ma'am, or as on any people's like Akshay sir, any other Viveka ma'am. So the research design, its purpose is the main research implement on the research paper on writing foreign journal. It shows that we are studied about the research. We are business research methods in our PhD thesis preparation or as on our UG or PG studies preparation. We are know that what are all the tools and what are all the implementations and scientific methods can be using for this one. We have to give us on a 2 line to 3 lines on this research design. I have been prepared with this research paper on the basis of research design. Sorry, research methodology design. We have to given that type of information taught to the research design subheading. And the next one is sampling. Ma'am, second one. Next one, please. Sample size. The research sample size. The number of respondents we are gathered. I have been gathered the respondents from 250 respondents, 250 people, or is in the main number of satisfaction or other satisfaction level we have been given as a chart method or as an analysis method. Analysis means graph analysis method. We have to given that sample size, number of respondents or this type of. In the research design, I have been gathered this type of number of respondents. And the third one is tools of used that one. Ma'am, next slide, ma'am. This one, tools of the study. It can be specified by the usage of your specialization. Previously, we have just view and gather the information about what are all the specializations like finance, marketing, HR, logistics. On this specialization, what type of tools you are gathered. If I'm using HR means I'm just give chi-square analysis, chi-square test and simple percentage analysis. Or I'm choosing finance means I'm giving ANOVA or as a regression or correlation with also statistical analysis, or I'm choosing marketing or logistics, I'm giving that one. The marketing logistics, sorry, the marketing and HR can be implementation to the logistics specializations also. Like chi square simple percentage can be using both to the specialization. It can be the main one. What type of tools you are using? The title, the specialization can be shows that one. The specialization can be main implementation of what type of tools can be used by the people. It can be as on a high tech of tools like like of a marketing means weighted average score, or as on a HR means simple percentage analysis, or whatever anything. It can be a main one for the people in the research field of study to gather the informations. It can be mainly checked by the main peoples in the institutions of naming or labeling as a research coordinator peoples. The next slide, ma'am. Data collection. The main one is for the information is data collection. What type of data collections can be we are using for the research methodology? The primary sources on the can be naming as a questionnaire basis. The primary sources questionnaire basis with the result of analysis gathered from the respondents. It shows the questionnaire basis mainly using for gather the informations in the predictive manner. The first preference from the consumers as the respondents of our research study have to focus is on a 150 respondents or 250 respondents. We have to first focus to the consumers. What are all the informations can be given to the research study by the consumers have to fully first preferable primary sources to the consumers. And the next one is the next slide is, ma'am, kindly please share that one. Secondary sources. The secondary sources can be given the information from the basis of website, journals, and books. It means the review of literature under the reference link. It can be gather the information from the websites or as on a journals, Google Scholars, or whatever like ORCID ID or as on a Scopus ID or as on a Google Scholars ID or as on any other things we are using that reference link or as on a review of literature or as a bibliographies like website links. It can be gathered from that one. The primary one is the informations can be gathered from the respondents in direct visualization. The secondary one is the informations on the basis from the review of literature, reference, conclusion, or as a bibliography link. It can be gathered from that websites. It can be as labeled as in labeling as the secondary sources. Ma'am, the next one, ma'am. So this is the data chart. Many of the peoples can be just viewing the informations and preparing the table chart, preparing the informations in the previously we have been discussed that introduction, scope, objectives, limitations, review of literatures, period of study, and moreover data collections in the primary and secondary data. But more of the peoples cannot give the data chart. What are all the percentage level is has on the data chart. Every peoples have to prepare a data chart for the research study because every people's in the research like high stream of our research coordinator or as on a research guide or as on any publications in the UGC level or any other stream, they are focusing first of all have to give the number of respondents, type of percentage of respondent satisfaction level or any other streams. It can be implementations of what type of chart can be using for that, what type of data analysis can be using for that one. The data chart can be a main thing. On that first one is mainly rare usage of data chart for the people, and the third one is the main usage of that one. The first thing is most of the people cannot using the simply using the third one for the easy analysis. The first and second can be using for the finance means, the third one is using for the marketing. It can be a main implementation specify the percentage of finance usage, like balance sheet of coverage in the financial performance, comparative analysis, or whatever anything. The second one is okay, and the next one is findings. So the findings is most of all everybody knows that findings is what are all the informations can be gathered from the research. What is the information can you gathered from that research? It can be as on a findings. What are all the informations? What are all the percentage of satisfaction, not satisfaction level? What are all the information can be given to that people you from your side or any other peoples can be given by that. It can be as on a finding side. On the next slide is suggestions. Suggestions can be given by yours only. Ma'am, next slide please. Excuse me, ma'am. Then suggestions. Most of the people can be giving the suggestions to like a number of like a sentence code formation only, but we have to given as on a percentage level to work formation. This type of people's giving satisfaction level, we have to improve this type of idea. It can be given the implementation of working in the high, working in the high performance of in increasing the percentage level from 50 to 55 or 60 percentage. We have to given that type only, and most suggestions can be given to future studies also, not as on a present study also. Have to given the ideas to the future studies also for the other streams of research peoples in the instead of present or future information. And most probably the last one is conclusion. Next slide, ma'am. So the conclusion, everybody is know about the conclusions. The conclusion, the findings, suggestions, and conclusions can be the main part for the research journal preparation to give the present future informations to ourselves or the research person in the present or to the future person in the research study field have to give the conclusion. I have been gathered the type of information. You have been gathered this type of information at that present study in the type of any streams like data mining, machine learning, or as on any other streams like how to say is that artificial intelligence or in the commerce stream means in the finance of any public sector companies. It shows this type. You can use this type of analysis and it can be given more related to the informations. Have to given more informations to the other peoples in the conclusion part. And the next one, ma'am. So reference. Many of the peoples cannot use this reference link. We have to prepare the bibliography reference link from we are gathered this type of information from this websites link. This type of informations can be gathered from the books or whatever journals or website links. We have to prepare the reference link for the future studies also with the present study of publishing the paper to the reference of UGC group 1 or group 2 or scopus means they just click information. If there is any information they want to know means just click means it can be shows that your present study is advanced level or as a most advanced level as a statistical tools as an more informations can be given or whatever anything it can be shows that one. Most probably every people of the research field in the study have to give the reference link in the present to the future for the research study and also for the publication related to the information gathered to the publishing people. And the next slide is thank you. The PowerPoint is okay. The PowerPoint is completed and any queries or questions can be raised by the participants means please kindly. Is there any questions means kindly ask. Is there any doubt about the research publications? Participants of today's FTP, is there any doubt about the today's presentation? Kindly raise your questions or raise your hand, please. Sir, is there any doubt for you, sir? Hamani Ramanan, sir. Thank you, Muhammad Rawutar, sir. Dr. Gayatri, ma'am, is there any doubt about this presentation, ma'am? If you have any doubt, means kindly raise your questions, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your appreciation, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So I would like to thank all participants and especially Rajesh sir for patiently doing this section. And also I would like to thank Chelama ma'am for helping at last minute. Thank you all.
Ma'am, previously I have to give a conversation about the participants, ma'am. Can you do that one, please?
Sir,
I have to give information about to the participants. Can I take 2 minutes for that
sure,
one,
sir, sure,
please?
sir.
Um, Dear participants of today's FDP, sorry for the inconvenience of today's network issue. I don't know what type of network issue, but some of the timings in the starting period of 10 to 10:30, there are some network issues on my locating place. Sorry for the inconvenience. I will rectify that one. Thank you, Arul Maliman. Thank you for giving a wonderful opportunity to me to give a wonderful presentation to the participants, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Shall we wind up the class, sir?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Feedback link will be sent to your mail, and certificate will be sent to the participants within 3 working days. Thank you all for joining in this section.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Hello, sir. Rajesh, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have a doubt. Like, if we are working with a scopus, right? Nowadays, we are getting like a Q1 or some Q1, Q2 type of journals. So,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have any idea on that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I have a IEEE Scopus paper you asking, right, ma'am?
Yes, nowadays
Q1.
they are giving some
Yes,
standard.
ma'am.
Usually, previous and all we have only like scope. We have to publish in Scopus or we have to publish in UGs like that. But nowadays,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm hearing like there are papers which have your standard should be in this Q1 or WOS indexing. So what
Ma'am,
those type of
can I
things we
give
call?
for that one type of? Yes, ma'am. I will answer to your question, ma'am. On that
Okay.
WOS
Sorry for
means
this
Web of.
delay question. Sorry, I thought it's times, but still I need to clear that. That is why I just asked you. Sorry for
No
the late
issues, ma'am.
reply.
No,
Okay. Thank
no
you.
issues, ma'am. Taking that bothering. I'm just taking the information, giving the information to the participants of yours, like only, ma'am. I'm not
Yes, sir. Right.
taking as a mistake. You are
Okay.
asking that Web of Science can be using some type of advanced methodologies using to that is instead of using the science citation index, ma'am. Science
Okay,
index
sir.
can be for that Web of Science, or if you it means Web of Science can be mainly not publishing the papers instead of using the name of Science Citation Index. They are just using the Science Citation Index. They are publishing their papers instead of not any other requirement. But instead,
Okay. Okay.
you are asking the IEEE Scopus Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, right, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just a minute, ma'am. Sorry for the inconvenience, Dr. Gayatri, ma'am. Uh,
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
that IEEE Scopus can be preferable to the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 means the current implementations of the research papers. If we are using the AI or data mining for the computer stream with also machine learning in the mathematics stream, it can be as on a Q1. What type of tools and what type of titles can be framing for your research paper is a basis of Q1, Q2. Quantum 1 can be representing for this tool type of tools. Quantum 2 can be representing this type of tools. It means like I'm saying that related to the commerce means finance, marketing, HR, or logistics. What type of tools, what type of specialization you have been prepared for the research study. It can be as on a variation of Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 quantum variations, ma'am.
Based on a specialization that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4
With
given,
with
ah?
also tools, yes, ma'am. Specialization with also usage of the tools for the research
Okay.
study,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Is there any other doubts, ma'am?
No, sir. Thanks for your information. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any other peoples? Thank you, Renuka, ma'am. Is there any other people having any queries or doubts? Please raise, ma'am. Please raise, respected sir or ma'am. Um, any other people have any doubt? If not, means can I wind up? If any peoples have any doubt, please kindly text a message on the chat box or raise your questions in the voice type. If not, means I will just wind up. Can you convey it on the message? If you have no doubt, means I will just wind up. Please convey it on the message. Ramya ma'am. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all the participants for joining today's programs on mine. Thank you all. Take care, ma'am. Take care for all the people.